I got Cinderella's darling, America's
Looks like
sweetheart.
Nicolas Cage's offspring.
Caitlin Clark is out
Just
here
kidding.
being bullied, and it's finally been shown. The WNBA is finally recognizing it. They upgraded Sydney Carter's foul from a regular foul to a
Her
flagrant
name
one.
is Sydney.
What is it?
Shinde.
Shinde Carter.
Shaninde.
Shinde Carter, horrible. Shinde Carter's basically foul got upgraded to a flagrant one. I mean, the only crazy part about this is I didn't even know they can do this. Like a
The
foul,
NBA does it.
well, like it can be upgraded to a flagrant one even after the game.
Yeah, they'll upgrade it because like a lot of times with the flagrant 1 or 2, you'll get a fine, or it'll count towards your regular season total. Because if you get so many flagrants in the season, you get suspended after a certain amount, like every other one.
I didn't know that. But if you didn't know, I mean, Sydney Carter, this is her third team that she's been on. I mean, she's been on Atlanta Dreams. To Sparks,
She was playing
Smash on
pretty
the
well
Sky-
that game.
The Sky, yeah, she be balling out. She also made the All Rookie team, also. But I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, it looks like time after time after time, me and McCole's been seeing it. Like the team don't be helping Caitlin Clark out. I mean, she be getting hit with these screens. It be the
She been getting crushed by screens.
They never tell her, and it finally makes sense because like as they said on a whole bunch of basically interviews, they were saying how like the teammates are basically like coming to her all slow every time she gets hit, or like some of them are laughing. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like this girl right here is the reason why y'all on these private planes. Like even these private planes, because even though this is probably
So you're saying that she's the new 6'7" baby Jesus, and they should be all praying to her?
I mean, basically, I mean, I'm not saying like make it a cakewalk for her, let us go all the time, but at the same time, don't do no.
This is welcome to the league, rookie. They ain't gonna be all open arms.
I mean, make it. I mean,
you think you're the top stuff? You get $1 million deals, shoe deals, this and that before you even played one game in the WNBA, and you think we're gonna come in here and just let you crap on us? No, we're gonna make it tough on you. What do you think this is?
You better do what Shea Gilgeous-Alexander does. Every time he comes down the hole, he just hits you with a shoulder. Remember every time he came down the hole, he kept hitting. What's the name, John?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. You better learn how to play or get left behind.
Yeah.
Don't be mad because her stats ain't that good so far. I know she's in like a category for them like points, rebounds, assists in her like first 10 games or whatever. But if you look at her shooting percentage, it's not that well. She's shooting like
29%,
like 5% below the league average for 3-pointer.
That's like 1-3. Once she starts,
she's taking like 10-pointer, 3-pointers a game and making like 2.
So basically, once she starts making 3, she's gonna be at the percentage. Maybe
3.5.
4. Yeah, basically 3-4. She's gonna be at the percentage. I mean, that's close. Cause we already looked it up. Like Deanna Taurasi and all the mother and Sabrina. They not really. I mean, Sabrina be balling. Sabrina be shooting.
They all average like closer to the 20 than they did at 15. So they average more points, and everyone we checked had better shooting percentages from 3. And like if you look at her total shooting percentage, I think like she's shooting like 30% from 3 and 35% overall because she's barely shooting any 2s because she can't dribble. So like she's basically just launching 3s all game, every game.
But she gets rebounds.
She makes like 2 or 3 threes a game. If she's hot, she'll make like 5 to 7. Because then some nights she'll even be 1 for 10. Those are the highlights they show, but they ain't even showing the end game score. I've noticed that on social media.
What?
I've noticed that on Instagram posts that they'll throw like the 3 times she made a 3 as the highlights, even though she went like 3 for 12 from 3, and they don't even show the final score. They just show the 3 times she made a 3.
They just played the Liberty and they just got beat 106 to like 64.
The Liberty has beat them by like over 20 points twice. I mean, I think they're like 2-10 or something.
I mean, this is an amazing team against them, but I mean,
and they got the number 1 pick last year, so you got 2 number 1 picks playing on one team. They should be improved. If Caitlin Clark is that generational, they should be improved. I definitely think that they should not they shouldn't be doing anything illegal. But as far as people giving it to rookies, like people did that. People applauded Patrick Beverly when he was being mean to Lonzo Ball when he first came in the league, and like, yeah, you got to show the rooks that they got to earn their place. Or when LeBron came into the league and even his own teammates were like freezing him out and not giving him the ball because they're like, he ain't proving anything. He ain't playing a lick of time in the league. He's got to show he could be here. It's like, they're not trying to say that, like, they just hate him, but they're just saying, like, how is this person coming all this hype and they haven't even, like, proven themselves yet? And especially with the start that she's having, I think these girls are taking it personal And even though, like, in totality, just because she does so much with her usage rate on her team because her team's so bad, her stats, as far as percentage-wise, are not impressive at all. And I think the rest of the league is sending a message. It's like, you think this girl's hot stuff? We're going to show you that she's basically below average. And that's what her shooting percentage has shown. She's shot below average between 2 and 3-pointers.
I mean, she's
like Iverson on steroids.
I mean, she's getting, and Iverson's a Hall of Famer, right or wrong. He has a statue, right or wrong.
I don't know. If you get a statue like Allen Iverson, I might as well throw that whole career away.
Hard,
they gave him a midget statue.
I mean, match your size, but think
Disrespect.
about it. Right now,
I like Allen Iverson, but you got to call a spade.
Right now, the Fever is 2-9, and if you think about it, yeah, that's a horrible record and everything. But at the same time, if the team is not helping you out, there's basically no unity in the team. It's like basically everybody against Caitlyn. Caitlyn's like half is doing it, half is not. It makes sense why you're not winning that many games. You only won 13 games last season.
When I have seen people like JJ Redick say that, like, she's just doing this all off the dribble, which is extremely hard and not her game. When she was in college, they were running all kinds of, flare screens for her like they do for Steph Curry and Golden State.
That's a team thing.
And they're not running those plays for her. They're just like just giving her the ball and just make something happen. And like, that's not her game. But so
you see the one she does make.
She's being asked to do more. And she's having a tough time because she's not getting set up. She's having to set up herself. And, she hasn't learned the way of Luka.
I mean, not the way. I mean,
because Luka don't need no assists.
Yeah, but
he'll take someone off the dribble and hit the three in their mouth.
He could. I mean, eventually she's gonna start doing.
She'll probably get there though, but
I can see her doing that.
These girls are playing tough defense. They want to send a message that, hey, this isn't college.
But I mean, don't you think the league will stop it once her team backs up?
Shame on her team for not backing her up so far. They've been seeing her getting fouled and such, and just letting it go. They should stick up for her. But also, a couple of the videos, like when Angel Reese was boxing out and she threw her to the ground, that looked like a flop.
And then that
didn't even look like a real hit.
Then on top
it's one thing. It's like she knows that they're gonna be rough with her, but if she starts flopping, she's gonna be like the girl that cried wolf. So she can't be out here trying to sell calls, and then people are like, oh, I don't know that was real or you were selling it because you try to sell it a lot. She needs to get off her LeBron syndrome and stop trying to sell calls.
LeBron, but I mean, if you think about it, she's playing a lot more games than a lot of these other rookies. Like, she's already at the 11th game, and if I'm looking at all the teams here with the Connecticut played 8 games.
The Fever had a busy schedule. They played more games than a lot of other teams so far.
And it's all televised, so you finna see everything. And this is a team that's basically learning. Like, they did good. Well, 2019, I think they won the WNBA championship
with the Fever.
Yeah, they won. The Fever won. Let me see, Fever, Indiana.
I feel like she's just got to get used to, like, this is what it is. Like, we've even seen Kenyon Martin talk about it on Gil's Arena. Like, if you're a top 1 pick, top 5 pick, you're coming into the NBA, WNBA, and you got a lot of hype. You get a lot of deals or sponsorships just based off your name of what you did in college or before you joined the pros. People aren't going to like that. Because if they're already been in the league and ain't getting deals like you, and they're like, this person hasn't even gone through anything and they're getting paid higher than me, they're going to take exception to that. That's just natural. And if they play you and know that this is a national televised game, this game's on ESPN or ABC, there's a lot of eyes on this game, I'm gonna make a name for myself by showing this person who thinks that they think they're super good, that they're nothing, or that I'm way better than them. So a lot of girls are super competitive, no matter if it's a girl or a boy. Anybody that plays sports is usually super competitive, and they're going to try to get after it and show that, hey, you think this person's the truth, I'm the truth. I remember when LaMelo Ball was in high school, and everyone that played him tried to just like give him 150% because they know ball is life. All the mixtape places were all watching him and recording.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I found it. Okay, so the last time the Fever won a championship was 2012. That's when they had Tamika Catching, but then she
Shout
retired.
out to Tamika Catchings. I met her.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
I was going to a Dave Chappelle show, and she was at the hotel bar I was at before going to the show. and the whole team was in there, and they were just standing around, hanging around. I think they were waiting on the bus to get to go to the game. And I got to say what's up to Tamika, so shout out Tamika.
But Caitlin Clark out here changing, changing lives. She's changing the WNBA forever. They got the charter jets. But if you didn't know, because a lot of y'all don't know sports, because when Michael Jordan first came in, they didn't like the Michael Jordan. They had to change a lot of NBA had to change a lot of rules to help Michael Jordan. Because I remember I asked you last time. I was like, so do you think the WNBA needs to start just letting Caitlin Clark score because she gets injured or gets knocked out? We ain't gonna watch it no more. And he's like, well, what are they gonna do? Just let her score? And I was like, I mean, they did the Jordan.
They can't take it away. It's one thing if the teams are doing it in the game, and a lot of it has been in the game, but a lot of people are trying to crucify this Kennedy Carter but they didn't watch the whole game. They literally just watched the clip. And if you didn't watch before, I believe that there was like a shot. I don't remember if they made it or missed, but they were kind of boxing out on each other. And Caitlin kind of gave her a little bit of
that was in play.
A little bit of elbow. So she's waiting to get the ball checked, and she bumps him. It's almost like you see in football. It's never the person that does it first. It's always the person that retaliates that gets the flag.
Exactly.
So that's why your coach is like, if someone cheap shots you, like, you got to let it go, because it's always the guy that reacts that gets the penalty on them.
Don't worry.
So I think that's what happened here. And it's funny to me that so many people are not even mentioning that actually Caitlin Clark was the one that initiated the contact. And even though she hasn't had a good shooting percentage so far in her first 10, 12 games, that she's still talking trash to people.
She's balling.
And so she's going to talk trash and shove people. And then when people shove her, she's going to act like, oh, they sniped me. Or, oh, they tried to kill me. It's like calm that down. Like,
so that wasn't a flagrant foul?
You can't, try to cry wolf all the time when you're out here perpetrating yourself.
Was that so what she did was a flagrant foul?
Was that a flagrant foul? No, I agree that it was a technical, that it was before the ball was passed in, and a foul before the ball passed in is an automatic technical.
So what about?
So I think that was called correctly.
Not that
I think the only reason they upgraded it to a flagrant is because it's Caitlin Clark and people were pissed on Instagram.
So what? So not that one. Caitlin Clark slapped the girl in the face. Was that a flagrant?
Should have been.
What?
Caitlin Clark slapping people.
It wasn't even on purpose. They both was going for the rebound. It was like 3 people in one. But we got a video right here of Caitlin Clark talking about the situation. And
we saw the third quarter where Carter kind of decked you. How do you respond to that and stay within yourself?
I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate. Just let them hit you. Be what it is. Don't let it get inside your head. And know it's coming. I think at this point, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
It is what it is. I guess I don't know. But hey, man, she's taking it like a true champ. She's not complaining about it. It's really the media. The media's basically trying to paint this narrative of how it's a WNBA versus Caitlin Clark, or Caitlin Clark versus the WNBA. But you understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it more eyes on the WNBA because think about it. This is the first time where ESPN is opening it up with the WNBA. WNBA is on game. A lot of people on game number 11, and we staying tuned to it. We watching a lot of it. The jersey sales is going up. A lot of the shows, a lot of the games are being packed out, sold out stadiums. So it's doing a lot. But it's just bad how they trying to advertise it and the way they try to do it. But at the same time, I kind of understand because they've been trying to do something. At first, they was like, oh, yeah, let's lower the basketball goals to a lower rim so it can make it easy for the girls. Or other people was like, oh, nah, let's get them in more skimpy clothing to make more people watch more of the WNBA game.
What are you trying to promote, Coach? You're like, let's get a stripper pole with the court.
That's what they were trying to. That's what some people were saying. Get them to wear, you know how they got the one basketball league in Atlanta. They be showing where the girls be basically playing football or basketball in underwear.
I thought that was football.
They do it with basketball too. So it's with both.
I guess you've been in tune with all that.
Exactly. Stay watching everything. But comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this whole Caitlin Clark situation. Is the WNBA babying her, or is it really true that she's being targeted?
She being targeted because she getting all these deals, man.
Exactly. They jealous. They jealous out here,
But that, I mean, that's expected. That's like Jordan got the Nike deal. He getting Wheaties deals. He's getting this and that. And you saw what Detroit did to him. They tried to take him out of the air. So to expect anything different from the WNBA, even knowing that they play physical, you know it's going to be.
I mean, hey, like they said, only thing Caitlin Clark brings to the NBA, WNBA, is a 3-point shot. I mean, which doesn't.
That's what Kennedy Carter said, and that's kind of what I said in some of my other clips. Like, her ball handling isn't the best. She struggles to get to the rim. I think I've watched like 3 or 4 of her games, and she's only been able to get to the rim a couple times.
You know how many girls got handles in the WNBA?
Diana Taurasi does. She's got a little bit of her sidestep going. Sometimes she'll hit a 3, but she hasn't been able to get that going on a consistent basis. So we'll see. You know, Victor Wembanyama struggled a little bit at the beginning, but then he really started to figure out and almost won Defensive Player of the Year. I just think the Spurs sucked a little too much for him to win that. But he had the stats almost to win that award regardless.
Hey.
So
but
we'll see what Caitlin does.
Won less.
I want to see Caitlin do well. I want to see all the girls from the rookie class. But I think as far as them getting bullied, that's part of it. If you're a part of a strong rookie class that everyone thinks a lot of,